Now, here's the final teaching point that I think is interesting in this. In our study verse, towards the end of that verse, it says that Jacob sends his sons to go to Egypt to buy corn. Now, what that strongly suggests to us in interpreting the text is that although they were wrestling with famine, although they were on the very brink of being foodless, they had money that they could buy corn. Interesting. Sometimes we don't recognize that when we think we're without, that we really have what we need. Okay, let me say it one more time. Sometimes when we get caught up, stuck inside of our four walls, our boundaries, if you will, we get overwhelmed, overcommitted to self-judgment, self-evaluation, and we keep looking at what we don't have. We don't recognize that we actually have what we need. You know, this is easy math. You think that you are totally devastated, totally broke, busted, can't do anything, but nonetheless, Jacob recognizes, but we do have money to buy corn. Really? You got money. You have whatever was the required monetary means for executing a transaction in that day. Jacob had what was needed to buy and barter for corn. Sometimes it's the fact that we don't make an accurate assessment of our condition. We think we have to stay inside of these boundaries and don't recognize that we put those walls up. We put those areas of obstacles and preventions. Sometimes we're not recognizing that it's our self-judgment, our self-criticism, our overwhelming self-denial of what God is capable of doing in us that has put us in this precarious moment. Until we come to reckon that there is corn in Egypt, and now, oh, wait a minute, why don't I take what I do have so I can buy, barter, transact what is required to get the corn I need. If you know the story, you understand that Jacob sends his sons. They get the corn that they need to survive during the famine. The teaching point here for all of us is to understand that life always gives us options. It may not be in the place that you want it. You may have to get out of your comfort zone. You may have to learn how to stop relying on your own strengths and abilities and to learn how to trust in the power of God working through you. You may actually have to encourage yourself to stop seeing the worst so that you can see God's best. I want you to pray with me. Father, I pray right now that those who are hearing your word might be able to hear your truth. God, that in hearing your truth, it may inspire us to move beyond the boundaries that we've set for ourselves and to stop engaging in self-criticism and to learn how to trust you working in us. God, I speak that right now over every person, over every household, over every family. God, that we can hear your word of truth. In the name of Jesus Christ, we do pray. Listen, I want to encourage you. If you're wrestling right now with being stuck inside of your self-made boundaries, take some time right now to call one of our prayer partners on the phone, 1-877-211-4538. If you're still wrestling with trying to understand, God, what is your plan for my life? Make that same call. We're believing, God, that as you and I trust him, God is going to make provision available. This is Pastor Del Phillips encouraging you and praying that you stay on the path that leads to real life.
Thank you for joining us today on LifePoint for this exciting new ministry that will help you move beyond the obstacles that prevent you from living real life. To receive a copy of today's message, we invite you to visit us on our website at lifepoint4.me. You can order your CD today for just $10 or DVD for just $15. A study guide for today's teaching is also available for a donation of any amount. And be sure to follow us on Facebook for excerpts of upcoming teachings and dynamic devotionals. LifePoint is brought to you by the prayers and generous support of viewers like you. So we invite you to partner with us by sending your tax-deductible contribution to LifePoint, P.O. Box 201-334, Denver, Colorado 80220. Until then, we'll see you next time as we continue on our journey to real life.